student, today will do a current, electricity and magnetism, that is chapter number 4. In our previous lecture we have already discussed about something about current, electricity, what is potential difference and electrostatic potential. Now we will move next in the lesson. Today we will going to learn about different types of cell. So our first type of cell is an electrical cell. Now first of all, student, what is a cell? It is a device which converts chemical energy into the electrical energy. So now let's learn about the electric cell. Now students, a source is required to produce a uniform flow of charges in a circuit. That means uniform flow of charges in a circuit. That means positive to negative. That means a flow of electrons in a circuit. We already know that the electricity can be produced due to what? Due to flow of electron in a conductor or in a circuit. So such a general device is an electric cell. Now what is an electric cell? A source which require to produce a uniform flow of charges in a circuit. It is called as an electric cell. So such a general device in an electric cell. Various type of electric cells are available today. Now students, you can see in the picture also there are different types of cell, different type of cell structure like cylindrical cell, button cell, prismatic cell and pouch cell. These are used in a range of machines from wristwatches to submarines. Out of where of a solar cell. So this is a solar cell. The main function of a various electric cell is to maintain a constant potential difference between its two terminals. Now see, what is the main function of the cell? To maintain a constant potential difference between its two terminals. Now students, what is a potential difference? It is the amount of work energy required to move an electric charge from one point to another. That means required to move electrons from its positive terminal to negative terminal. So positive and negative, these are the two terminals of the electric cell. Okay, so the electric cell work on the electric charges to maintain a constant potential difference, about which we will learn in this lesson only. Learn something about a dry cell. So this is the second type of a cell, dry cell, and again this is used to convert the chemical energy into an electric energy. The dry cells are used in our radio sets, wall clocks and torches. These are available in 3 to 4 different sizes. The dry cell. Now let's see the construction of a dry cell. Now students, we have to take a lead dry cell. We will take a lead dry cell and we will see how the dry cell is constructed. Now we have to remove its outer coating of the dry cell. Now inside you will find a whitish metal layer. So students, you can see a whitish metal layer inside the cell, and this is a zinc metal layer which is whitish in color. So this is the negative terminal of the cell. So what is the negative terminal of the cell? In this, it is zinc metal. Okay, now carefully break open this layer. There is another layer inside. So inside the layer of a zinc metal, you can see a zinc casing. Okay, so this is a negative terminal, and negative terminal is also called as an anode. and electrolyte is filled between these two layers. So electrolyte is filled between these two layers, that means positive, that means electrolyte is filled between the outer layer and the layer of a zinc casing, which is also called as an anode. Okay, the electrolyte contains negatively charged and positively charged ion. These are the carriers of electricity. So electricity is carried by these two ions, that is positive ions and negative ions. The electrolyte is a wet pulp of a zinc chloride. Electrolyte is a wet pulp of zinc chloride and ammonium chloride. There is a graphite rod at the center of the cells, and this is a positive terminal of the cell. So students, you can see the graphite rod, which is black in color, a gray, something grayish in color, and this is a positive terminal of a cell. On the upper side it is positive terminal, on the lower side it is a negative terminal. A paste of manganese dioxide is filled outside the rod. You can see a rod which is a graphite rod, and outside of that graphite rod you can see a paste like material which is a manganese pulp of a paste of a manganese dioxide is filled outside the rod. Because of the chemical reaction of all these chemicals, that means chemicals which are present in the cell, which is zinc chloride, ammonium chloride and manganese dioxide. So due to the chemical reaction of all these three chemicals, or all the three chemicals, electrical charge is produced on the two terminal, which is graphite rod and a zinc layer, and an electric current flows. So due to the wet pulp used in this cell, the chemical reactions proceed very slowly. Hence, a large electric current cannot be obtained from this. Compared to the electric cells using liquids, the shelf life of dry cell is longer, and dry cells are very convenient to use, as these can be held in any direction with respect to ground and can be used in mobile instruments also. Students, we will learn about lead acid cell. Okay, so students, on the left hand side you can see a diagram of lead acid cell. Now let's see, so this lead acid cell based on this principle. Now let's see the principle. A cell can be, okay, so this lead acid cell can be recharged after getting electrically discharged. The lead acid cell contains a lead electrode and a lead oxide electrode, and both are dipped in a dilute sulfuric acid. Now students, you can see a blue colored lead electrode and a red colored lead dioxide electrode, and these two electrodes are dipped into the solution. What is the work of the electrode? To carry the positive and a negative charge. Okay, so these two electrodes are dipped in a dilute sulfuric acid. And see, what is a sulfuric acid here? It is act as an electrolyte, that means which carries the positive and negative charge in the circuit. So lead dioxide carries a positive charge, while the lead electrode carries a negative charge. The potential difference between these two is nearly about 2 volt. Because of the chemical reaction between the substances in the cell, electrical charge is produced on both the electrodes, and it is positive electrode also and negative electrode also. Electrodes and electric current flow through the load in the circuit. Now students, always remember that in the type of a cell, in any type of a cell, there is an electrode and electrolyte. So electrode are dipped in a electrolyte. Electrolyte is a type of a solution, and electrode is in the form of a rod, And there are two types of electrode, positive and negative. And positive electrode is also called as a cathode, and negative electrode is also called as an anode, which carries the charges positive as well as negative. This kind of electric cells have a capacity to deliver a large current. Hence, lead acid cells are used in cars, trucks, motorcycles, and uninterrupted power supplies, that is also called as a UPS. Now students, UPS is a device that allows a computer or any device to keep running for at least a short period of a time when the main power source is lost or it is not present. Now we will see the next type of a cell, that is nickel cadmium cell. You can see the type of a cell in the diagram also. Nickel cadmium battery 1.2 volt. So these days a variety of gadgets are available which are required to be carried to different places. Such gadgets use nickel cadmium cells, and the cells deliver 1.2 volt potential difference and are rechargeable. Now students, in lead acid cell we have seen that the potential difference between the two is 2 volt, but here it can deliver a potential difference of 1.2. that means little less than lead acid cell. Students, I hope you have all understood this topic, and next part we will cover in the next session. Thank you again.